I really did value this program and this class and my group so much. And everything I learned in the first session, I was like, oh my God, I've always needed something like this. I wish it happened sooner, but I'm thankful that it's happening now. And I would never, ever miss anything, even if it was at 3 in the morning at the other side of the world.
Oh, that's so great. And now you have some great news to share with everyone today. But let's start at the beginning. How did you first hear about me? And what took you off the sidelines where many sit, where they say, I think I want to do coaching one day. I don't know if I really want to do a group, or I don't know if it's worth the investment. Maybe I'll do it one day. What made you take that leap of faith?
Found your website and I found some of your videos and you had a book, and I thought, one, how smart you were and what you were writing about really stood out to me, right? I think a lot of things that's happened for me specifically in my past I've never talked about, and it was great to read about how candid and open you are, and hey, people have issues and you have to work on them, and I have this program. And what really made me want to invest is because I really wanted to improve myself and I wanted to grow. I've done a lot of schooling. I have a bachelor's degree, I have a master's. I've invested a lot of that, but I've never invested on my self-care and my mental health. And this for me was investing in my mental health and investing in my personal life. I've invested so much in my career, but not much in my personal life. And I thought to myself, what a great gift to me. I came out of it changed like 100%. Just the opportunity to speak to someone like you, and someone who's really built a business around helping people. And I said, you know what, this is a moment in time that I should be investing on myself. Came to the realization that this is an investment that I really have to do.
Yeah. Now, made you decide to do the group program where you were going to be entered with a bunch of people you didn't know versus the individual program like the platinum or the diamond? Or
And I thought this was a great way for me to connect with other people that were kind of going through similar things,
Mhm.
as I was. And, I didn't know who was going to be in my group, but it was just a added component of growth for me.
And you had some really cool, wonderful people in your group. So once you got to meet everyone, did it feel comfortable for you? Were you able to share your feelings, your fears, your ideas, and feel supported?
I definitely did. I start of the first session, it did feel very welcoming. It did feel just a very safe space for people to share. And I think we all felt that, and we all started sharing and started to be open. And I think sometimes a lot of people's stories you don't share with anybody.
Yeah.
This group, because everyone kind of started opening up, you felt like, okay, this is my safe space and this is a space that I can finally, for me, because I had never shared anything with anybody, finally start sharing. And people really had very similar experiences, which is also, it opens up like, wow, I'm not the only one. This is people having, things that they need to work on, and they're very similar to mine.
Right. What were some of the aha moments that you realized you had some childhood trauma and then you started understanding how that might have been impacting you today as an adult woman who also was hoping for marriage and a family?
It was funny because I think it was a survey of like 10 possible things that could have happened to you when you were a child,
Yeah.
and like different reactions. And I was like, okay, I'm like, oh my God, this class is made for me, because everything on this list I have gone through, and things that I really haven't thought about or worked on were there. And I think it was like, I've always needed this, and I wish more people would do this. And you don't realize some things that might not be considered childhood trauma, things of like just separation from family, it being something that can affect you so much and affect you how you even act. And it really opened up for me understanding myself even more, and really accepting the things I do, and realizing, some things are just because certain things happen. And to be more loving to myself and care for
Hmm.
myself more than more like, why do you do this? You need to stop acting this way. It was really, oh, my aha moment where it's like all these things happen, love myself, understand myself, and really take care of myself because some of these things really aren't my fault.
Did that understanding happen early on?
It definitely happened early on. Especially you did provide a lot of like pre-homework, and that's where it was all happening. I did
Okay.
not have though the understanding of how the work was really going to happen and you're really going to have us share all this information, which I think it was even a plus for me. It was great. So the aha moments happen during your pre-assignments, but the real learning happened during the sessions.
What was it that was going on for you that you knew you definitely wanted to change in your life? What were some of the goals that you were hoping to get from class?
For me was the dating part. I think I had been closed off to it. I was in a very long-term relationship and I really didn't want to. And I think you helped us so much. I've given myself so much to this program. I better like do this one thing. And honestly, that's how I met my now significant other. It was through an app and it was through this experience. It's not something I wanted to do, but I did. And I really did follow all the steps.
Yes, you did. You're a perfect student for me. When I rewrite the profiles for everyone, did you find that there was a difference in the type of people you were attracting? Did that rewrite and the edits help you to attract more the type of person you were looking for?
Absolutely. I mean, not only the rewrites, but the photos. Like I was using these like weird, and you're like, no, these photos are beautiful. You need to use these. I don't know why you're using those. And then the profile, absolutely. I mean, I had like emojis on my first profile, and this really added depth to me. I got a lot more people that were more serious and not clicking the like because they thought I was attractive, but actually clicking something because they're like, oh, this person's really interesting, is well spoken. And I think that totally changed the type of people that I started getting.
Know you started dating during the class once you finally took that leap of faith. And
No, yeah.
how did the people you were dating then and into the future once you graduated, how did that change from who you were dating prior? Did you see a big difference?
I did. I mean, I think the big difference was specifically what I accepted and what I didn't accept. Initially, I was meeting very attractive men that I might not go in deeper in who they are as a person. I'm like, oh, wow, they're so attractive. Let's meet and hang out
More
and have breakfast,
chemistry.
coffee. More chemistry, definitely a
Yeah.
lot more chemistry. And then after I really started seeing like what's great, there's chemistry, or maybe there isn't chemistry, but they're a wonderful person. We have the same values, we want the same things for the future. It just shifted.
My clients, you all become the choosers.
Yeah.
And it's what we call conscious dating for our listeners. Like you are running through many things in your mind, all these skills and all these qualifications that you're looking for. And we don't do what we were taught in America, which is just go on chemistry. It's one of the worst things you can do. Yes, there has to be an attraction factor, no doubt. But there's so many other different things that you're looking for when you have these skills. And Leah knew what those were. So tell us about your fabulous fiance. What's he like?
Yeah, so he's my fiance now. His name is Ben. He is phenomenal. I think it's interesting because we had an exercise where we had to really write what we think the right person for
Yes.
us and what are some attributes we want in a person. And he has everything plus more
Oh,
things that I
good.
could ever want. And he's fantastic. He's so kind, so loving. I don't know if I've ever met such a great match to who I am ever, ever. And I think,
Oh, that's fabulous, honey. I'm so happy for you.
thank you. Thank you. obviously I don't want to say like I did this class and this happened, but I think it really did. I think it's like so many things happened after this course for me that really got me to the point of meeting him, one, and then two, being open to more than just that crazy chemistry. Things just keep on getting better. And I think it was from building a strong foundation and it being the right person that had the right qualifications, I guess,
Yeah,
for
that's
me
right.
to be interested in.
You were like many of my single women that come in from the age group of 28 to 32, 33. You knew when you came in, I definitely want to meet a man for marriage and family. So I do instruct you guys to ask that question kind of early on. Did you feel empowered that you could have that conversation like in the first couple of dates?
I did, and interesting, he asked me what I
Oh,
like, he
good.
was like, "What are you looking for?" And I told him, I was like, "This is what I want." He's like, "Great, that's what I want too." To answer your question, I was very confident to be like, "This is what I want."
Oh, good for
And
you.
it just worked out that he wanted the exact same thing. Right after our sessions, I moved into a different role. I was working on the digital side in my company, and now I'm working on the more technology side. Great in my career. I've been
Great.
promoted. Yeah, I moved.
Yay.
So I was living downtown area. Now I'm living in really cool Soho area. So a lot of interesting, fun things. But I think the big thing is just, starting to plan a future with someone else and starting to talk about family and buying a home and all these really things that I only wish that I could have when I was taking the class. So it feels like a full circle. I'm just in a high
Yeah.
in with my relationship, and I think being happy in my personal life kind of overshadows everything else.
It sounds like your confidence levels have shot out the roof. I mean, you look amazing.
Thank
You
you.
look like this mature, confident, elegant, sophisticated lady. And when you came in before, you're kind of like the older teenager with a ponytail. Your essence, your spirit that's sitting in front of me is like so beautiful. It's so grown, it's so confident, it's so womanly.
Thank
Leah, I'm
you.
seeing this amazing, beautiful transformation in you. It's just fabulous to see it. Your career improved, your mindset is more confident, your wedding is coming. Is there anything else that you want our listeners to know or to encourage them to go for it like you did? Take that leap of faith.
The part of investing in yourself and self-care and mental health, it could change your life. I think a lot of people invest in other things and physical appearance and career and everything, and while that is, yes, important, mental health is the most important. I don't think I would have found really true happiness without accepting myself, accepting my past. So making these type of investments in a life coach or a program is so important in so many ways in your life. And I don't think people realize how important it is until you actually do it and you're like, this is a game changer. I think
Yeah.
that's where I'll tell people is really these type of programs, talking to someone that has a professional background in this and has had hundreds of people are so important. I'm so thankful that I did reached out to you and grateful that you're like, let's do this group thing. I think you would be a great fit. Without that, I really, truly, honestly don't think I would be here today talking to you, engaged and happy in my relationship.
Oh, that's so great to hear. Thank you, Leah, so much. I also want to encourage everybody when they change personally, like you said, you got a job promotion. Almost everyone I talk to with this mindset for success, it just works. And it's so hard for me to explain it sometimes because I'm the coach. So for you to explain it, and you did so beautifully to encourage people and to share the mission of helping to change the way the world loves. You're another beautiful and shining example of sharing that light and love and the emotionally healthy way to love.
Yeah,
And I can't wait to meet your man one day. Of course, if you're ever in Florida, you better give me a call
I
and we'll
will
get together
definitely.
in the Delray Beach area. But honey, thank you so much for coming on and sharing your story. You are a shining star. and I'm never so far away. You know that. You can always reach out and talk to me and let me know how you're doing. And for
Thank you.
everyone else, that ends the lesson. But do keep in mind, you're only going around once in life, and it is time to create that life you desire and to have the love that you deserve. Thank you to Leah and the rest of our graduates for sharing their stories and their love.
Do you feel like you have tried everything? Self-help books, therapy, relationship summits, retreats, online courses, podcasts. But you still struggle with toxic love, attracting narcissistic partners, ongoing anxiety, depression, codependency, love addiction, stress, moodiness, lack of hope, feeling stuck in your career, and you just can't seem to get love right. It's time to heal your unconscious behavioral patterns caused by unhealed childhood trauma. I'm Riana Milne, the love trauma recovery expert and certified life and love coach who helps thousands around the world, and I can help you too. I specialize in helping adults heal from unconscious childhood and love relationship traumas, emotional triggers, and dysfunctional behavioral patterns, which have been impacting them negatively in life, love, or business, to transform and create the life they desire and to have the love they deserve. Talk to me today at rianamilne.com and get the free ebook below to learn more.